part 2 of the setting out of building. Due to circumstances, we have merged 2 groups. So the group members now are Gavin Rodgers,
Kenardo Matherson,
Ian Dixon, Nathan Treasure,
Romaine Arjun.
So to check that our building outline is quite accurate, we're measuring the diagonals. So for the first diagonal, we got 3.89 meters. So now we're measuring the other diagonal to see if we get the same 3.89 meters. And we have indeed gotten 3.89. So our building outline is quite accurate. So we already measured the 6 feet, the 6 meters, sorry, the 2 meters, and now this is our boundary of the side. Now we're going to put in our profile. Alright, so due to circumstances, with the rain, we have already set out our distances for the profile board. So we're going to show you the measurements right now.
Alright, so from the instructions, this was stake A, so we measured 500 millimeters here. From here, 500 millimeters, here 50 centimeters, right here, and then it's about 500 millimeters as well. This is over the 300 millimeters which is required, which is okay. We will mark off the profile board, and now we're just gonna put the card onto it.
We're now extending the wire from the side outline 500 millimeters, 50 centimeters. We're extending it both ways so we can offset for the profile boards. Make sure it's extending the other portion 500 So now we're measuring off the other 500 for the same profile board to offset for it. So we're after establishing the 500 with the line, we're establishing the 500 millimeters going across again with a line. So now we're going to extend a line from the side outline to our temporary benchmark to ensure that everything that we're going to lay out is level, referring to the temporary benchmark. So this is our temporary benchmark, which will extend from the site.
Stop, please. Well, I just.
Can become a videographer, you know.
So we're going to ensure it's level. So we're seeing that it's not quite level. So Kenardo, bring up that side.
That's good.
Bring it up, look a bit more. Look a tip more. Alright, level now, man. You're level. Alright, so ensuring that it's level compared to our reference temporary benchmark. You can go ahead now and put in the profile board. As you can see, it's quite perfect. Now it's time for us to put in our
Profile board.
profile board. So we already presetted the pegs. The profile board just one. We're going to nail them on the reference elevation. Alright, so this is our first part of our profile board that we're putting. And we're going to put in the second part. So we're putting in the other portion of the profile board.
Them nails.
So we have now put in our portion of the profile board here. So now we're going to commence and putting it down here as well. So we're creating the other part of the profile board. We have now finished our profile board down there. So we came here and offset it 500 millimeters, 500 millimeters, and extended our string. And now we're ready to put in our foundation lines on our building block line. So we're now measuring up the 150 millimeters or 6 inches for the block, the inner and outer excavation. This is our 6 inches that we're measuring.
Millimeters, which is the outline of the building or the thickness of the wall, and then we have an extra 150, which would be the foundation,
Inner excavation.
The inner
Excavation.
excavation. So now we're going to do the outer one, which is an X 150. So
150
just going to mark it off here. Okay.
Which is the outer excavation.
established our 6mm for the block, 6 inches for the block, 6 inches for the outer, and 6 inches for the inner excavation. So we're now going to run the lines across to establish the lines.
Yeah, got you.
So this line we're establishing now is the outer excavation. So we now have put in our outer excavation. We can see that it's quite level, seeing that there is no space in between the lines. We know it's on the same elevation. So we're now establishing our block line.
What do you mean?
Wait, what got it?
Where's the writing go down enough? The outer excavation.
Establishing our inner excavation. So the outside one is the outer excavation. Right here we can see we have our block, and right now we're now establishing our inner excavation. So these stuff we outline on the profile board and extend our lines.
We're supposed to put this a block line. I built.
Completed our lines for the outer excavation, the block, and the inner excavation. As you can see, they're equal. So we have the outer excavation right there, the block 150, and the inner excavation. And we can see that everything is level, as there is no space in between any of the lines. There are no spaces in between any of the lines. So this is our complete setting out of our profile boards. After we have done set out the site building, we set out the outer excavation, the inner excavation, and the block on our profile.